Yamal and Rafinha omo edge over Kylian Mbappe because omo edge double. Ena omo ball Champions League ni draw manim. Dembele aje treble with PSG. Difference ni yo. Dembele aje treble with PSG. Ena ko PSG so a ono na ye omo standout performer. Regardless, obebo desire do emudin but still Dembele na standout performer. Ena PSG feel say aje treble, ni aje Champions League dia. Ye betumi pushi a player manage Ballon d'Or. Enti ye say PSG ebe ye Madrid tactics ni bi. Madrid omu pushi o over omu pushi. Ena PSG so omu so be pushi Ousmane Dembele. Na Ballon d'Or no deserve it. But adia be boa PSG no. Adia emboa PSG ene eye Barca ene say Club World Cup no mu nkobi. Over what I say? Aha. Nti eno na ekutia omo. But don't say Mbappe no so call Club World Cup no. The chances were from obetimi age Club World Cup no but still enkrofo be argument ni say ohwe baller omumienu ball omumiensa Lamine Yamal Mbappe we mu boy e wo Europe ni adede a omu nyina stand it all. And let's not forget so say ye start season na ball kakra na e be ball from September to December na no so e count pa.
And ye keto bi o.
I count it. Pa. Players be brede and no agibi. Especially when you ya award the near feel say ade we dey close contest. Ni ahwe say start season no ball into on say Messi say do time be no she go o she 92 goals in one calendar year no. Say September to December o she goals ni bi kan and e ball no. Ti no crab me as shoot you SG no na o dey age. Nti no me dey personally I believe that Adia Lamine Yamal no ye no there. It should be between Oni Dembele. It should be between Oni Dembele. Lamine Yamal Ousmane Dembele.
I know an person so that's who mu dia or that's contest no dia.
Untimi nyi Lamine frame. Untimi nyi Rafinha frame.
So who say we know aje Dembele aje Champions League it is straight away ne dia. But they are crying here no.
Oh yes.
On free.
On free. And I say crying Barca so ebe shase aton Lamine Yamal. Barca person pushi Lamine e chen Rafinha. Because on no mo dey iconic number 10 no be she no. Now on the boy and say Ansu Fati and Adamfo. So Ansu Fati in free wa on person obeji 10 Gs in ashe.
Oh.
On say na no Champions League na o share that signal so mu nyini free. Na Ansu Fati no person Ansu Fati bebo game ni bi. O say na Adamfo pa no. On say Fati ni dinkan ba Barca ja no. To time ono ba no la masia ho no mu nyina free ba o feel say we ni senior but neema na nkoyi mfama nti say Fati kono 10 ne be available there say bibia about Barcelona bia no person mo yen Lamine Yamal nti likely say Barca no crowd the two players ni gina ho a on be push Lamine no than Rafinha no ti betimi abe a straight fight between Lamine Yamal Dembele to some extent Kylian Mbappe depending on the Club World Cup any September to December ball kakra na be koso
yeah mate na yimba part wa hwene ba bi yan hwe Rafinha Lamine Yamal together with Dembele omi ansa de obi age am any problem na say mo mane Dembele nko akwan so nko abre o wagibia wona ni beji o de wi abu bi o si ball na ono ne mane ni nyina boy on
Rafinha
Dembele Tamana Messi name am
yeah, on say Dembele played at Barcelona kakra and oni omubo oni Messi mubo kakra.
Yeah.
And na osan ba PSG no so oni Messi musa be ball kakra o ho no ma ha. But also no pre-pra but oba PSG ni dey prana no pre-pro Barcelona no. Ntesa bi.
Confirm.
Yeah, to ono so e ba say all learning from players how we top I was there pa. There from these players. Te say there Mbappe na nkrofo ne ka se kono okoye no na boa PSG mo je eno ye de omo kan
wano de ende say batis omo kan
yes so no think free PSG akoji bi o Madrid Champions League no because now I try with PSG and fa
Atesi abafo continue no free Liverpool ko ya na yeso ye je no
continue Atesi Liverpool brepa te say there Says almost a Bruno, he laugh for person funny. Microphone, was or Koya. Sometimes on yet meet to the best player or club will be. Or quite near my chassis. Aye, possible. It's missing. Yes. PSG Champions League, your penny now you offer. Cavani, Ibrahimovic, Messi, Neymar. Omunyina be pass it still. Omuntimenje. Into omo yesa de enye project no. E me em build team no say DC obi so na de Mbappe atwom as wo de ko. Yen fa young guys ni bi bewram. Vitinha ya o control midfield ya Champions League 11. No over 200s no nya bi move over. And Luis Enrique identify talent no say boy mun ko fa ne mreme. And it is because of Vitinha. And Man United, their midfielder, ya Sporting CP coach, he turn ko PSG. Manuel Ugarte, Vitinha and Tino Motono. Because Luis Enrique GD is a Vitinha and a style of DM, no, or the flair, or Bobon, or like, or the flair in a bonny game. But I don't say Ugarte, no say a more robust or no giddy. On pay giddy type of ball into no the moment and commitment is Vitinha. Tino football, sometimes, because a system here, Juma. Players be brave or system no more flourish. Ebia no munya big name players, but coach in a system no a form ntino be beyond baby and be. And one typical example PSG. Tiwe Luis Enrique Aji. Okaso ko almost on to player beyond because of monto. Almost is a players na man sa. And sa PSG team welfare. Football na ya na nsem kan na ye bibio. Sad PSG team ways and next season, a cast on meet me as our Champions League. That we Liverpool very unforeseen circumstances. The catching of was more fun as I no more doubt to me. Because PSG on boy no one. Say group stages, you know, they are far more. I'm common go playoffs and no more study and no one in a study. A horror study. A horror of the everyone. I see a chance no be in Liverpool. Do you any chance for the fight in Yakoji? T football no, and yet they be an 1+1 equals 2. Oh man, penalty ni ba kwa ba bontinti no ende shika be. Penalty na GTA Nations no. There no more problem. Almost the first one and second one. Penalty na ba video na ba no. A second penalty. I GTA Nations. No first one dem come no problem. The first one no almost say a dubious. Second one dey ba he na no mu jaibo. Second one no mu nche dan comment be. Second one no shika de ba. Okay. Of me de me come de no mako. Per de me hu ye video nim de. Second one a clear penalty. Okay. On say Emrane say player no making himself bigger. Say ka so make yourself bigger na say on sano ubiem at an unnatural position. On say nsa mobo ni bi. So what's the time be in the 18-yard box no. It's either say o di gu ho, o di gu achi. Anase o movement no e kire say on sano ba bi e da no. E ho na wo say da. But the moment I be peja on send no, yes, why make your body ni bigger. To make your body ni bigger, ni a bobo na. It is say who deny an obvious goal scoring opportunity. So okay, Liverpool ni Tottenham. Champions League final penalty na player was it? Oh, is it Victor Wanyama? Yeah, penalty no. Player no o peja ni inside training. Player ni say taki say. Who you answer Salah never born Salah so yes why make you body bigger. Ti sa we na ya video na ya hu ne de player no e man nsa ne so. Okay. Ti boy ne ball na pan e ball ne nsa. Ti sa video no ya sa video dey available. But first penalty no. E na nke yen hwese nke no so mbetim the video abade a. Ke be boa conversation ne pa. Na we wanted to buy. Munya no. Basa ke phone na post here. Second one. I don't know from first one. And so and also copy first one. And no football. Say it's only the GFA. Any bit me provide the video no because nations here am in trouble no. Basake your home team. Omo dey make me film it. But GFA cameraman ne dey or no dey ho kwan say obe film game no. Timi ye no me no ka say GFA omo videos no. Of game no baby a bo e free e be see nyina no omo oni nyina and cameraman no and bet me GF and bet me provide footage e chese ball na e bo no first penalty e clean second penalty e clean Kopenso home prempi no ya na GF no pese or the video never banais will be defending one club against the other, but normally in causes our videos where you available will be
so could be a media and press get to a danger now also on your video ni bia
oh the omo yiya na yensu ahwehwe bia the omo ka ho asem na no bo say aye debate enti eno ana ye nyina ahwehwe bia na they said the slogan I am pass player no nsa no emu bieye and therefore in the terms of one enlarging the body no but the closeness between two players no normally you are referees ni hwe no so we hwe how closer ebia sa player no so to because it's a set ninsa no an intention is or they prevent a goal scoring opportunity send up a CB ben no now bet me pull ninsa no I'm a born a chomaka na inti ya na normally no but referee person di bone no e ba ne say obu na ni gusa no ma no nyina so no on once abo nsa no na fi penalty na so person waji a na waji inti e ba ne say na ya na e ho asem ka no aye din kakra because ono na ye determination in sense or interpreting law no and or interpreting it to the best of our understanding inti e ba ne say na ya na ho asem ka na aye din kakra anopada me ka me dem fu say nations the league na ma go stars because
doesn't come to us
because all say na anapana zakito ka new enhanced security ade no no nations nim say normal na e cost before kick off no na bibia a kire say ball no bibi besi ti nan kese ka o activate the enhanced security no mo de ba no
ejina so di
jaibo
na say come ko start
na kan say na onya start ye ne de
because I got to finish
na and normal no na wo mu no na nesis e di gina so de jabo no na hode no form kakra on say for instance see on see when e ba ha no pay no o say afedu be no mo hu say omo security enya assured because the number of police are omo ko pre-match omo ka so de be ba no omo amfa sa ama yes omo supporters ni a prevent omo say life patron ne babe pacha wansa eno kra no ye mom kwa mom nwuram be Dr. Cheti na of course say nations who ni say okwaji league na nipa be hwere ne nkwanti ene obe save lives rather than league na and I'm okay with position no of am pacha what ase eno nti na eme won ase omo san ase omo twa ko replay no
now so mo na twere kwa na efe no say efe ne ba bonti ana just mo twere kwa ansa
obetwere akọ
say commissioner no ebetwo de enti abo no enti me amaso
to mo twa commissioner de no so nya sa
so obi an twere ankwa say competition e efe na organize into the referees report match commission report no omo de betima de aye adwuma pepepe ba won say nations APBB Basakeso PBB into me nyina obi abetwa akọ ye na argument mate se Basakeso twako akọ 3 points ni nyina Basakeso so we ka ho amprensani a o matwere de abia so omun saka
Umba league man from division
1 matches mienu
mo twako
ya mo twako ye
munyai
ba akukra de ye di hu nkomo ofia ha che pa meniza kito the story ne ba ya obeka ya omo ni sehwi all stars omuko say all stars for no home ye bobo na say all stars for shego ana wa wunim emanfo be jubilate kakra nkofo bi kakra be wura park so ba ya ama omako ama ya bobo na wie first half no kra ye wie first half no omomra second half a omoso omma adan a ye say referee ne say basakefo ne say omo safety enya assured because of enipa na omu tuba park ni so nti no nti omu ntimi mo nti referee ne say any sanity dia yem postpone match ne nko the next day ne Monday na basakefo no sevifo no MPF up security e ma omo fa basake captain e fa sevifo no captain referee ni gina ho no mu twa picture e de yes some de ya dance die e na sevifo no mistakenly e kwaje tum side no it was a mistake from sevifo no end even though emramu die nan ko munye boni bia but un say obi a o person fa kuntuna se edi bone no they trick them to accept the offer when you now so referees no ena basakafo no bu omo katempu ano mo koye adwada du ya omo se omo mo ball no because omo enye show for security na basaka atwa akoma GF say ya mo ball na enwi omo 3 points na GF di ama wo mo enti a record they have tiwei nations for no played into their hands omo yes ade ni nyina no mu nim de omo hwehwe because football nations no omo here 1 point per, and I think Friday Saturday nya kan wa no nations just needed just 1 point and then league no nanka edoma to ye na afia come omo last match against Heart of Lions fencing abrankese I know there nations when they o destiny won sem of us on say identity basaka for no 1 point will not have been saved for them and ombekwa we omunim de bekwa kosi enti ne fie wotena open 3 points na ono so wotim de avoid relegation enti nations played into their hands and na omama na ye easy now league na be kotokoni Gold Stars with Gold Stars standing in an advantageous position. He say Gold Stars airball I think Legon Cities Accra Lions omano they are already relegated enti Gold Stars yere no kakra bi no hye no a de kotoko be ye kwakoye wo vision bia no enkosi aga but say ye kasa na idie Gold Stars versus kotoko na isa league no on be contest for as for nations say ya anti omo points kra no a 1 points omo we ye no last match omo hye kra omo ntimi ngi league no
so me now 60-60
omo nyina o 60-60
okay si antia
omo nyina o 60-60 but Gold Stars head to head no omo better than nations
okay
tina make say omo I play into the hands of fancy omo contest no see idea I better Gold Stars abem you say Gold Stars na say omo anamu tutu no hu say no be omo no ma then the league will be for them ebeye me nwanwa and in fact ebeye a travesty of justice Ghana football so say maybe ya beka se ball no yes akobo replay
okay entry
so what me yes say they have not only crucified Ghana football but buried it also
entry na nkofo etimi bibia
but ye di ka che omo dey show mutiri say for the sake of the game wey enya danfo omo say Dr. Che obi anim say no support to Ket obi anim say oka hu bi e na ma yetimi endorse Ket form kotoko endorse Ket form abia na yemie nomination obi anim everybody knows no kra na yenka okrom anti na aba ne saa e na adu bra omo dey ahye nani omo nyini say football no mo nyedi nom one day Premier League nom da so wom next season no mo kobobo ho no ma saba obi no mo ba pre say on be hwe so betimi agea but if anybody in Ghana football including Ket Yose Kroku or whoever and if I'm a president or me chana me catch and say I will be shocked now and yes shock omo say decision now some of us will raise serious campaign against in fact every day be I metna set to be I'll make campaign say mo be akọ Ghana football be say men waste life
ade o ma ye atwam no mo ye
I have nothing against nations in fact let me person nations eje
me say ade atwafo di ka ye atwam no mo yes we ya enye news
ba ya mo nye omo ye be catch we ase nyina say offer
I say to you can say
on no incidents ni si wo basake no say if you monitored what the Zimbabwean and the South African media did to Ghana me what chat no nyina on my phone so the kind of embarrassment almost say ball baby ever ball mpo and say ball league ho no second division teams wo South Africa pack on ball so cry better than this the kind of embarrassment that this thing has given to us no the likes of I don't think anybody in Ghana football ever try say they will circumvent the laws just because of relationship.
But I say, home mama na sheka ebe sheki. Actually, din. Ofa for my trading.
Say home. Actually, intimate. It's going to be an interesting precedent. Me sure say Baseke first started post 2 videos of the incident. A replay is the last thing that should be on the table. one has to be punished.
Okay.
Whether Baseken and MB full of security and a lead to what happened, they should be punished.
Yes. A punishment and a bed and
yes, you 3 points of him. So I'm a born you better train as the trainer man nations. And I say nations no decide is a born unborn or no be punished. I don't think the element of replay baby. Baby the any be a kobo no hene nko yi obeka me James meko. Se ne kakotokone in swatre no. So what you say? And no can senka replay ba. But there are people from the FA calling the referees on to about in this. And ref. So either say
what they be no man you.
Omenya there.
I'm your friend free.
Say no nations for ne decide someone dibi. When referee can say life is at stake. That's in swatre to own dibi. And a call said there be try na dibo ni. And obeto aso di. The American yourself. Say nations FC hwehwem ni hu say there be. Now they don't have reasons enough to leave the venue. Yem punish them.
Okay.
Say hwehwem ni hu say there be baseka for no so say no kore because ene Mahu Kennedy bo chance on the two just say omo ba say metro men the second ni two hwehwe omo the bar partners.
Or na de mo see mo nyama nyina mo antimi entwa hwe na obey the
evidence.
So nya idea.
But I say omo hu say ya ba say metro men am omo second so medi bone. Enu nti no mo hu say enkwa ho hia chen board no mo jato. If that is the case there, it's not allowed in the game.
Can you see a fine case?
Inti no sa na say a punish baseke. But what I say. So they must select one because bad precedents and next season will be a found because almost every club have complained about officials. It's the same Madam
Funi.
So I can replay there be what is replay? Emrabe ne justify replay no. Say you can replay keke. So chere emra. I want krata asem no e chere se debi. So be bobo. No see referee ndi ni a police for stadium o yin nafa. Otimi pie ma FA kasi yembeto aso. So what chere. The truth must work. If it's Baseke, punish them. The integrity of the game of our Makase. The solutions to most of our problems a standard-based league, not a 3 points based league. Standard-based league near say criteria A, B, C, D. Ultimate for failure of league ni be unco relegation. And never boy. Say US or no more. MLS and no more. I've said it over and over again. Any relegation, any promotion, you join the Major League Soccer if you qualify. Your criteria are all for failure. No,
also Bobi
and son of Bobi. Unisa adia na untimi Bobi.
Mumunina mdo some 50 crowd be
ababo. But Ghana the criteria and by bit me chabebi. They see Obaseke issue of 3 points. They see also a issue of 3 points. Team no so allegation. A coin be also the budget 3 points not for the budget. It might look like Naden Obede can. But for Obekaya, your boy NC competition and no be any so uncle allegation. Hardly now te Ubiabu Ubiasum Ubia Ubisikawum. Because na any pan that impim. That will improve professionalism. So you have the professionalism standard, top standard that maybe you need 5,000 registered supporters and some wabo league in be registered supporters omutia dues. You need marketers and you need sponsors. Ebe pay for our players ne salary 6 months.
For Helen we are now.
What you come and say? Eba sa clubs ni si come the operations don't be jai them many sa ni o man keten no.
Home na Helen we are na odi abewum Helen na odi bewum dada. Or say I have watched the penalty incident that led to the boycott of the match yesterday. Nations should go and sleep somewhere cry. They have no case. Kojo Obeng the message this evening. Watching the show live inside Ashton. Good evening, Tino. Ghana football is a scam. Kwame Adumakon the message and you may and no Kojo Obeng once again or say yes. Boache answer of Nations FC should tell his boss Ghana football is still in the safe hands. Has he forgotten the counter pressure they held against the save Ghana demo? Okay, Kojo once again. Kojo Asempa Furniture West. Doom was a highway sports. is the best from Kojo Asempa Furniture Works. Edum Kumasi, greetings to you, my boss Clementino. Kojo, long time, Metewon Kanche. Yes, boy Francis Honorable, was it good? Good evening, my fellow Liverpudlian Tino. I agree with Obojibo's view last week that Prosper Nati should have been sacked earlier. Zito has transformed the team very, very well, and they play to a certain pattern. I wish we could hire Ogum again and sack him. Watching the show live from Akanu border of Ghana. Boy Francis. Was it, good evening to you all. The show is live inside Hamburg. DJ Richman message this evening was say Mbappe didn't win anything, but Club World Cup and UEFA Super Cup are what? Okay, young Gabi Jr. Nedia Enono Dembele didn't play with Neymar. He rather came to replace him at Barca. Kojo Oben Kojo say or say Mario Icardi 2 pass through PSG. Nana Kwesi so yadase next season is PSG versus Barcelona final in the Champions League. Nana Kwesi once again. Okay, Kojo Udi we my jump no. Or say the ball on any day is a penalty. So nations have no case. Okay, Kojo no. Okay, Kojo dominate hunti. I see they haven't seen anything yet. These are people pushing for the league to start, and now dear, okay, we pious. I'm waiting. Okay, in the message and on a prosper. Hey, this is Katon brother. My shaman, we the source one customer to me. I'm a I say, Obed, do you believe that? Okay, Odisika once again. Auntie. Amema onkomra oba na T 457 Sheka de yedi be wom and Masore so is seated. Another be wom
over na yedi be wom.
It be wom. Finland e ba na wan fa nwom ango form pro.
Na Finland yedi be wom ba ko.
So the would one chana dia won na say be ya
be se league ya ka 1 year ni abo league ya wie ne de.
Yes.
Still na no kotokofo ni gusu a omo toto ne ma players ne de. Omo didi nkomo. Nti ye wo ha.
So the wo.
Ye de be wo.
More fire.
Ha we ne de rewura baby a. There's a kokoko baby a na bibi a de din.
Ti kotoko de no nko ana has nso person to to bi.
I me say has for no league na omo boy na omo share Accra Lions.
Actually din.
Okay. Nti free to na kono. Eno omo so won sem ne baba mako. Be won 7 baba mako. Editino yan shase e Highway Sports on Promise Radio 102.7 megahertz. Na insam no ya shase no na ye boawrem e wo Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Omo ase ye enra damot na Baba Yara Sports Stadium ene Mediama e de boani game no e ba na wie ye na Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Ashe Mediama e kamiensa ama Mediama etimi atimu emienu na coach Abdul Karim Zito edin sambi etuja wochema osi say the adwumadi a odi ema Kumasi Asante Kotoko no o share the way boys no ebo ball na omo ebo ball ni ya na ni so ye papa we are very impressed and afein so goals our boys no e hwe no hu ne say eye ne nsa no pepe yenti ensema coach Abdul Karim Zito editu eja.
Well, they say adding beauty to goal scoring. Look at all the goals he scored. Look at the goals. What did he beat and money? But it will take time. See, football is not about today or tomorrow. It's that just like you put the boys in the classroom, you've been teaching them, and definitely some will pass, some will fail. But so you say repetition brings automation brings perfection. This is what I'm doing. So gradually they are responding to the way I want them to play. And if you look at the time I took over to today, I know 75 will already are playing. At least it's not to the high degree, but there's a progress in the boys play. If against James there's a goal scored 3 touches from the goalkeeper, 1 to go. Well, 20 to go score.
No ene nsema coach Abdul Karim Zito editu ja niera so ewo Kumasi Asante Kotoko aso ewa no na se Kumasi Asante Kotoko IMC no na afensu coach Abdul Karim Zito omugusoa de omaso etoto form omo eye adwuma behind back doors players no omugusoa ene omo etwetwe nkomo na wie de anoma no ebeka gu yaso nse coach Abdul Karim Zito ni Kumasi Asante Kotoko IMC no omo ene brekum Chelsea etwetwe nkomo yie pa enkomo twetwe no akwa ene mu yie kakra ne sa said the Bayon Betimi Alpha Brekum Chelsea defender, a friend Zakaria Fuseni, and a offensive midfielder, a friend who's Ubet Jan, or more air shani musexa 2 players, Nino, or Mubetimi assign one more. Aha, ube Joe, yes. Okay, there's a 2 players, no, or mobetimi assign or mona bibia, etimi akoye ediamomo. Sesi ane dia kotoko, any brekum Chelsea, or more agreement, or more decided son becono, akwa any muka cranesa, yes, any muse, bibia betimi atutomuye, nemranti enemy no, etimi adjoin Kumase Asante Kotoko, nebibia atutomuye, diamatim, no next season, dear, kotoko si and canchel, say, or more banner set arena, de no, quite bia so no next season. This year no ombesa ko omoko African yi omo ani da so ombechi golden case aso omo no sa na next year so ombeji league no matimi asa akobo Champions League no eno any day free Kumasi Asante Kotoko aso ye ede eba ni ebawram ewo baby ani go start on head coach friend coach from Paul Manson or den sembi atu just see ade aka 1 game go stars bebo omo ne Accra Lions na ochema osene boys no omo hieska se ebetimi amotivate yomo nemom de omo hia ne se omo betimi abobo ni ye no ma hye na bibia timi atotomi ede amomo yen tinsema coach when Paul Manso de tuja
every player. You don't have to give anybody money. Now say yes, can a bit me motivate will be, but the fact is that Shakra Lions at home, only at that point now you are a league champion. So I think say no, be push you almost to give their best. So about be any for 6 match man. So what about who say it tells you say we no bet me more than 6 match. So for the fans, no, I think say we have another opportunity. To celebrate your league, you know, and then also to the players, you know, I think say they make me catch your man say after this game we are league champions. That is the only message I made them want. So no, you're loaded with so many things, and I think they will understand.
And coach Paul Manso say after say Omo and the Accra Lions diabo ani ne de ne Accra ne baby ani Gold Stars champions of the 2025 Ghana Premier League no na bibia etimi atutomie ede amomo Vincent Atenga deputy captain ede ma baby ani Gold Stars ose fans no was Sunday mon brana mo support yomo no montimi nchi Accra Lions na omunji league no na baby ani fo mo fa endi bronya aha yenti nsema oritu eja
voters no say the make say the mass match they want for now woman bivia on us when the going get stuff omo tayachi na they to so be so no omo ba omo support here maximum support no the my they also ye bia my no omo ye my bibia adu last game so mo bo park no ma se na bia tension bit ma ba game ma bit we say to me they to disappoint you ye win na emfa when because okun no na start free day one be so mo boy na into family see ya buta any say ye win na match would pressure control so like ebe kwa against you so free they yan say the coaches in the way you know they say tactically discipline on that day yes relax now you win the league, you know, a very big opportunity a day a quite be amount na uju ba so ye who say one about because at least the league, you know, what jam will be and I did be a better also come say and go better inside the afro.
And Vincent Atenga dia asida PSA panel call Ediama baby any Gold Stars fans are watching ma. Or say from day one I started in a 2024-25 season. No supporters no as supporting omu yenti omu da oma say Yambo Remu ewo Nations FC omo asya na enrada dia Nesa oko piemu ewo nzima memwa game Baseke Holy Stars any Nations boy ani no Nesa Yambo biem no kenkenke Yambo biem no aha ebi esi honom na nya asem keto akra Nations etwe omo free league game na ekoso no na eno na omo CEO friend Kwame Chumesi dankwa eden sama tudwa wo chiem o se omo ne Baseka de 51st division no sene ekoso yi esi ya na asaba besi ewo Premier League nim na yentie nsema odi tudwa efa ho
Basake team yɛne ɔmo nyinaa wɔ the same zone when we were in zone 2. Yɛbɛ qualify aba premier no. Yɛne ɔmo kɔ ball game wɔ ɛnyina sɛ. And also similar situation as this. Na last but one match a yɛde qualify and yɛde abo league na wie. Yɛde abo league na wie. Na ihia 3 points. Yɛde age league no. It was last but one match to say the Endra situation pepe. You could do very chaotic situation Tokwa here and there. That time the focus was on our players. The players were attacked. That game me and born that day. They were born on the following morning behind closed doors. And the show 1-0. And the buy. Any more history. Be that make us a good one. So going into this game, me and him said definitely. He was a bit me a CB. But Mecca said the end scene was pro-mass of what happened last 2 years. And this time the target was the management team and the supporters. The players know Mega's attack and shut down so. You could draw me personally me drew on more 130. Me jam tag the management members never call. So I had to call for complimentary. The guys never could be free inside bread. To me Jina gate the chicken now o take kasa baby. Later the team president by Ansana Dr. Emma. Dr. Emma no Ujina VIP one straight to main gate no outside. To me was the car no ejina for some time. Be gate no matum, be gate no to take care like 15 to 10 minutes. And some who's on be am in a room. Your accreditation say you say you film match no. You try match. No more preventing and say you be try. It's no quiet back and forth. So later, say a big mounty we no VIP section on here. Ti hona to kwane start minim baby a guys ni free or me a macho man. Ti hona mo start attack the president Dr. Bano. Ti say in that situation now you know see free VIP. Later now part of some of the management members no so mo because some go for ni because they any so mo free anko.
Enti na ese munim sei ne de mokɔ no na ɛwɔ sɛ nka mutimi boa mo ho ye papa ɛwɔ sɛ nka mutimi boa mo ho ye na ɛgya saa ye mobiem no ɛma sɛ sia ne de yenim de F4 no tena case so a ɛbɛkɔ ama no yenim so ɔbɛbɔbɔ no neutral ground so na yehu de obetimi awin game no yenim sɛ nei F4 no be fine nations ana so ɔbɛfa baseke na nkrofo ebusa sɛ sia no video no ɛwɔ sɛ ba abonten na video no so atimi aba abonten ti sɛ sia ne de moma yɛnhwɛ kwan a penalty ne fa so ba ya yɛmbɔ biem no ɛbaaye yɛmfa nto so na yɛnhwɛ sɛ de video no niema esi ɛkɔ yɛ nti momfa video ne nto so na nkrofo pe video na hwɛ papa na me busa me wo sɛ sia na second one ni na aba ha anti video no na da screen ne so no na o share da bia di wantwi ba game ni mo no video no e na eda so no nti na se referee Mohammed Misbah on the gina sa game ni mo that very day eno ene de e call so e o hono ma yes eno no nti di ma video na ena so video na ena so na eja perform o mani comment mo fa video no enti me ento so na eno ana CEO a o di ni tuma e de nation safety Kwame Chuma sit down kwa or say omuko pre-match no na se police for e wo so omode omoba no enye omode omoba ye game day no na 17 policemen pe e na wo pitch ne so a omo share se game no bibia betimi akoso yenko ne ko team enchemu ni ye emfa free no
it's no we know enough you for pre-match we decide to be 70 policemen but you be do some most often normally we come matches what happens is obi ba pre-match no be case be 50 policemen before match in the best start. Say tension when you brave person will start game into one dream shut down security issue. But you better realize all the key types all kaya we head count and bring your police you do even 20. Oh okay, so that police number they were not even up to 20. Till later my friend competitions department Julius, and no bisa my head count. And I'm match commissioner head count. So I'm saying no, but with the menis can you true? No, say no. So I took time. Say my kind policeman no. I got 17. The reporting match. So match need delay for a while. He decided to say unless because no man na caution beginning. We felt say no. Situation no condition for football.
Say see adie. There's a situation no said the name man corner. I was so mujaibo on the bones, the buy and so be jaibo. No poor marketing at their friends, ma. A domini ababachim so massy. And no any dear affinations are fair at the air ban. I am to us so you could him so ever. I cry lion says, yeah, dear. Say, no, one game no, go so show one game I can still Accra Lions echo relegation na no nana Obri Yabua ono CEO edema Accra Lions so say since I almost started league and now pole issues buy won so akyerema and a break be a buy any referees na no man DNA entina LED Accra Lions ama nei omo echo relegation.
This is in the things marked by its own issues. Any issues of the break in the season as far as the unfortunate incident there's been concerns about officiating and all that. There's been challenges. Unfortunately, yesterday, and also there were issues. And these are some of the factors. And for me, on a personal level, I always say, officiating is the tool of the game. If we don't get it right with officiating, then the rest, maybe we'll turn out champions, will see teams being relegated, but if certain decisions are not looked at, then the integrity of the whole competition now becomes questionable. These are things that we need. Depends on maybe whatever happened yesterday would make us take another look. If it's reviewed and the FA, various bodies think that, okay, there were certain happenings or something, then we can look at it. Because also, when you scan the social media platforms, you have cause to ask certain questions about it, because they might be this thing. If things like this happens before games, then the manifest you can predict. You are in your right to predict, but when we are having certain level of consistency in these predictions, I think we need to take another look. It's not good for us. It's not good. And I'm not saying it out on Thursday because we know our problems and that is it. But we need to take another chill look at it, because we cannot always sweep things under the carpet. It comes back season after season. It cannot happen this way. This is supposed to be our best league. If we are getting this result, so beat Mabel game after 30 minutes after then to order his team off in the way he's trying to protect life and ensure safety. What led to that?
And then sama nana Obri Yabua editu ja hona sesi ane de officiate na o ka ho asem no na se 18 teams a omo edi esi akan e wo league no obi a ba bonti obi a betimi akasa for officiate ho enti Ghana de e league no ya kan bodawura e fa officiate ho na yeto aso no o se sesi ane de ba bi o ma ho odin koduru ya no e na akoduri relegation ne de omo ko enti omo koyi no omo correct o mistakes e wo division 1 no makoboabo mu huye na kwan bie mu am se wo so mo qualifier no ma qualifier ba yentie de odi tuja.
Yeah, I want to be a reflection of your performance over a season for the last 33 matches. It's me, and you're the best in my, to be honest. Recruitment hasn't been good as in terms of the output. And with the Yentmin Fa, Subonimbo, Yankasa, call back, then we build again and go forward. Once I was Division 1, the MSA will be the season needs to be answered ball to qualify to the elite division. And you said the elite division is supposed to be financially rewarding. Compared to life in Division 1, which is much of a low risk as far as financials is concerned. Playing the Premier gives you access to TV, and also the sponsorship package is supposed to be huge. And the motivation, also Premier, only the best in the country are competing. It's another platform, at least both Division 1, you have to aspire to be there. And we've been in Premier for 4 seasons now, and I think, yes, we are maybe the memories wouldn't be that great compared to others, but we've done our bit. That is what we could have done. The project is still the same. Nothing will change. Maybe even take another look at the age range and maybe scale it down a bit. So,
and sama nana Obri Yabua edituja efa Accra Lions team no sa team yoy na se last season there league no na omunya na nka omaje awia enesa na ye sorry so no yembo remu ewo Kotoku Royals eye protest at the Etia Hoho United efa red card bia Williams odro enya ye no me no ka say no protest omo ye no F4 na timi adismiss protest no asesi ade Hoho United still Omotimia qualifier omo eba be piemo ewo 2025-26 season of the Ghana Premier League no eno ya sorry Sotino ya de besi
mama na wase Helen the shaker yes o can say yes sorry say de besi
ai
yeah yes sorry so
okay
yes Matias and I'm here confused as a hana
Sir.
Yes. Sorry.
Actually,
Yes.
did there be any baby?
That's it.
Of a most I ready to me hand over my
okay.
Oh, the ones who ground one day be so.
Agamiana Bokode.
Over Adumo.
Also see from no nations as me no kana.
Nations are 7 there. Over akoya asembia ogino ho a won tiasi.
Mama me sa video no. Why Facebook? I mean video.
You see the point, but me I'm surprised say those on the penalty incident in the buy no for the other one no. But that aside, over untimi nyina say agi dubious penalty tia also ajai bo nebo. O say na she almost dance taking and case enunti no mujaye. By to your reporter no. The moment the referee would say for the second penalty no. And na omuka so mo boni bi. According to them, not some penalty no came as a result of after Nations FC I move bia na it look promising say ombetimache. The assistant referee is not arm flag it. Then the referee Ms. Ba also here for offside. And no man tiasia protest no ball not 10 year na omo kick that ball no require na result in that handball situation now and let's say they feel like say they are depriving them from playing. Once I give away nama basake for some the ombetimi
nations who say if we be na be drew hana sana na ochire.
And who feels that the referee is not our agenda. The official referee is our agenda out to buy into the game no. You know over. I didn't happen immediately after that incident no. Me how to say Nations FC. I want to believe that Edipa Ediku any well abreast with football rules no. Okoye no. There's about 70 police officers. Eventually 17 said that chief executive no can buy. But he started the game. Almost kana a man upon as I no look much more weaker to me and say chief executive now emphasize was see playing body not there obi attack him so to who playing body no obi attack him na emom the supporters and management no and how they felt life was at stake on that na you know players in field not say bibia and why do they stop playing Obi attack you. They are the actors on the field. Omo bobo no. Just say players and technical team no. Omo dey omo go through. So instead that happen outside the pitch. Instead of translate it into the pitch, stop game na. So I think say nation for omo crucial omo nsem ye. Football dey runnable. Omo crucial omo nsem ye. Of our supporters are a venue be Yamamunko Hebi, Yamako Koka, Ghana, almost every venue be there. Same so because all the venues are almost every venue be there. And stop game no ball. Management
Pola semi twa na osanka yefuru ho.
Of course, you make you
because mo ka bibi kura se bas ne ban se supporters kwa.
And no turn no kwan se there you come ball no. Because of the safety protocols of the two hono say so we do not say we need enough security officers are moving to protect them but you know all these things and I come board so until the second penalty in the buy na job on the ball I do question say na any security and then in the first way why did you start playing in the game no until the football assembly you know so we came but anka we delay about 30 minutes. According to Mono 3:27 and I play some trot into the pitch. To by 3:30 and almost start here. What's an other games about 30 minutes? And still, no matter said in that you be an some train and I'm insist say 70 police officers no. Mukason and Nemra. If I don't forget say the chief executive no kano what my history about omone baseke na baby our history ye bad some call ya attack mo da no according to some say what do you have to play what do you have to play mo ko mo make noise bia o nation from last week ambo game no ba nyina no nobody heard them kasa about security kasa about that incident happening you know
e bia no omunim sasanso besi
and you know ava o ko ba bia o ko do ko nkenya asem da you must always go there prepared. You must always go there on making sure say all the necessary arrangements I say here instant free game when I say oh it's not make so omuja players don't go bomb don't attack him. So on the field of play no there was no incident that a merit say jabo. So you allow the game to continue and now omu against mu amuti achira ball no mu heavy won't play any direct role. As if you're a tanker team, as if you're playing body. Yes, to attack management, Mijitum is unfortunate, sir. Over attack will be management. But for the football, Mratiano, in fact, the incident happening one Chenwa, we see attack you. And because of that, no, my call is saying your body. Mejitum set side see you know e ni kwase happy bim sebaseke for a year side na offer ye nguase say a bra can you go through sanema we na Ghana football a lose a supporter man no ntino your game has to wait and I'm not so man so atraman every game no na ye babaka whoever was the match commissioner whoever was the coordinator whoever was what the chairman or whatever of Baseke shouldn't have allowed themselves says no ABC. But me can we are the question is Sans James is for a claim say it's you know. And what direct is also place on and the get when we park the Bobona.
Me supporters are coming in penny for ye boy ye do you show an amateur park as well. So may a you.
So as someone am I clear? And now, oh no, any quite say the fact that Ujitu say with that limited number of police on the buy, you know, what you be able to do? We okay, security, everything, we okay with that.
It be an idea what it refitana quenu nim say or you to move.
And then essentially after those what jabo.
Now to pono.
Football brand on your straight for like said it's a can. You know, over your trend the F for no the baba. But me the me free say the league, you know, but we are not of another a bit of excitement be getting to the latter stages now. As Asante Kotoko playing very well. Babiano Gold Stars was in the game very well. Heart of Lions and Nations. Now at these 4 teams, how are now competing at the latter stage of the league? You know, Seven Cafe. And the Kebenya a league, and I say a league. Yeah, go to the very last game. As they are determined. Because as it stands now, as I look at if Babiani Gold Stars F4 to beat Accra Lions, Nations see AJA. Say if because Ecopas don't want Babiani Gold Stars, I could get the same points. Only have to beat you. But if they fail to beat Accra Lions, that's supposed to be Heart of Lions. You are in the race with me. Okay. So if we say Babiani can connect. But if you know, say if you're proactive, case we say only cause you to as early as possible. Now can very bet you cranka within the week now. Now come up pronounce bibi because I did straightforward.
It's not cross. I said by
what I say.
See over weekend. I say
bully
weekend.
I say bully weekend.
I say bad one.
What I say. So baby, any Sunday say by high. But maybe I'm man. Nobody na niaje we akọ. Na fina. You catch you say you
come mama. But I say captain. Danger, I remember so na me call eyi ho. Me call Zaclusis ho.
Over. Basake. Me sure say me nua Kofi Zaki to be kai adewe. Time no na em say Hazaki so say 11 wise one of them. Na omunom na fight to qualify omudi beba I think Division 1. That is 2020-2021. Basake were admitted into Division 1 to represent Western Region. Ewa Abra, Omamo Final Bia. Fast forward, and earlier on Mekawaha. And I know the Zakito ye ho adwuma pa yenso hwe die kire di kakra beki kaka ho a. That was 2023-2024. Basake Kroye omoni eye you can say Sehi All Stars. The match was abandoned halfway through the game. With referees no Emma assurance say the next day you be match no. Omu yena Basake ene na mo krum konzima. The next time they saw my file protest. The Ghana Football Association upheld their omo request no, and then they are in the Premier League. And they I could do punch say so much in survival league to avoid relegation. And this has also happened. This time around a nations they play into omo hands and a place I win more. But the point is that at all this omo ye involved in it. In Nations FC, a committee an error. Obi o tu for some njaba oni bobia wa hawo because na omo opportunity sen kan say start ball no kra. And na omo start no so mo bo. So we tie president na ojitu mu say no player was touched. Normally no say game ni e koswa. Pinche beti mesi wo stance nim. Referees don't be nyina so be stop game no. Na yakoso to sa pinche no. Yaso we are game continues. I think we have seen it many times. Miami bebre. Yen ka say pinche na si wo stance ni munti no. Ball no ye jai ball. Achi say ade ni si wo park ne so ankasa between ebia two teams na mo bono. Na lead to a point where ebia players no kra no ye boy enye yi. And also banisa ye wo de ye de fa ho. Enye sa bi na si enra no. Enti players were not touched. The game could have continued and Senanka Bibi cost was stance ni mu a. And no ya another matter. Say in the view of nations, Sena me can earlier on. Some of say their players, their supporters' lives were at stake. Enti they will forgo 3 points and the league in itself to save lives and there many problem. I know there a decision say we are saying we take decisions. Some of the decisions you take we take we are who save lives. In fact, one day be feature but me no be a why Jana Juma say for the sake of lives in tea. No losing the Juma or say no what they are save in nipa nkwa. Enti the course no and no pay CEO betina I CEO betina ha or say not for the security of omo players and omo supporters, even though none of them were touched. But when he say omo twaso bobo na e bia nke yenko wie no na ke de besi na nye papa offer me finding it difficult to reconcile eno because basaka fondi omo hia nyina e win omo nya 1 goal already leading to win omo nya another penalty that they could have also converted and then probably na the win number omo nya win we are obi na ni age wa hye wa avoid relegation na ni age okotache nation ni side entika sa fierce na no omo no mimi hu ni se nanka ebeba even though na mini grounds ho bia omo na no tete de na ekoso ana no mu hu de ekoso ntom fu se e bia sela no anka basaka fo no wi ni wie anka sela anka. I think say nations age na no may see earlier on before the commencement of the game no and they take that late decision no a decision they could have taken earlier on ebia nkene no nka omonsam kan no ka ebia nka nanka hodin kakra ewu. Well almost omo ye protest omo the protest ne beko me sure and for what we have told and anope kra no me be kan ho na time anyini but we say kire president no say CEO no confirm me say omo eko asifo a replay of the game. I'm saying you as a kito camera no te e be din de replay ba no enye no ne de isi no enti ye hwe de be ba ye kan basaka for so atro de ko akoma efe no almost so demanded for the 3 points. In TFF no, at the ma where a disciplinary committee never home. Disciplinary committee for normal the two goods and near. No one will be a come would be a crowd. No one here.
Commission the account.
No many referees need the account home. Make my catcher will say the referees and the match commissioners report will not favor nations.
Why?
It doesn't look to me like because of according to a CEO Bahay or say catch say police for 17 on the baba. You best started but not police for honor a 15. Anti-castrate there now Casanega nations for who say the match commissioners and the referees were not on their side. They were not neutral arbiters. Now some match commission and the referees now. Omahama sa no mani nyina akoso no. Asie we na omokocho report e be favor me nyini. Media in my view, I don't think so. I don't believe. I don't think say there's going to be a reporter e be favor nations. It is a nations ebetime bibi anaso omokobo nkura munkrobo no ebetime aboa wo mama sa replay na omoso omokope no ebeba mo mo ene na emran bi pa o ba bi am so omokofa omode be kwakọ ene adansidie bi a omo wa omode kọ a e bi ebetime atene anya sa de a of a miti hey na media send an opameka and massacre earlier on. If you say nation has thrown the league away and given it to now acquired Gold Stars and to some extent Kotoko. Media sana me if you say the decision by nation say omuntu a league omuntu a match and so no the league in a league that were almost in their hands. Bia kombe lusu sa game no banka ebe call to the wire and ebe call to the last day of the matches now, league matches now, no. Nanka determine who wins it. Now, sa opportunity in there, obi enim. Say be omu, say when. But see, you know, acquire last day that Kotoko ni Gold Stars, Eko Pre, Kotoko Eko Vision, Gold Stars it nephew up against Accra Lions, who are already relegated. For me, it favors Gold Stars even more. Gold Stars for you see the waka no who susun kra no osuro no, and you see once beaten twice shy. Omo trefi ma Karela ebe hye omo eno na dom ko gina bebi onko gina as a league na ya firi omo nsam kra nisa. If this opportunity has presented itself and I say if nations because I lost no I present a golden opportunity for nations to win the league and the nations for now so I could present another golden opportunity for Gold Stars to win it and I think Gold Stars will grab it with full hands and I don't see anything about offer. I'm hearing something. Meaning say we the Uber nations for the kakra would like what come dey call on ma na so ye send na captain Ekano and I think minian winna I think F no and say ukwada bedru surprisingly green sheet and green paper no be because surprisingly green paper na my surprisingly because normal CCC here when say even on a Saturday or a weekend, cry FAW and I just show me a issue grand sheet at the charge here. Surprisingly, March in see Enra around this time and your boy we are Nessa. And he says there 24 hours no 24 hours down the line no the green sheet is yet to come out, but I'm hoping say FA no they are contemplating as to what to do. But and say almost train just say we postpone weekend matches no. But some weekend matches no will come on par there. And so some chema will quite drew. Now you nimnia F in position. And the fast no. Try say and then it's you know. At least per the report that will come to them from the match commissioners no any referees no omo de begina so say even nations ne basaka crown for kratan koya which I don't think so. I think by now they omo nyina de ko but some fan koya na report na beba omo ho from omo officials omo so ko match no so no omo nyina so no omo fan ka bibi nkire oman ma no omo fan kan kire omo kuro ma no omo fan kan kire two teams na ekosi akan no na at least emfa hotoso any gidie kakra ma ye league nim because day in day out to be an nsema esi we league nim no at the league no eko form a league ni san echi a bull league na nimtia emmo enyama wo mo me da say danger man na be we say na wotiwa na ne boat ni nyina ne say na nyama nkoyi ankofo ka say Kennedy mo ka say football no in the safe hands we dey san ka chire din say the over the best yi
Nke nto aso ne nko enim na akoto konkurance mo ho. Nti Zach.
Tino. Come on since no. Eba na ne kai dey Tino. Unse problem kese pa ye wo kroma se ne yen kana kre ene yen pen no kre nso. Enti se
e ma mi no yen sampe enti
se o kana kra kire unia
aso
time no enu ne problem kese aye wo e kroma se dey na esi
yes you say na me life in danger enti me mobiem
ye ka se ka kire wo dada yeti aya be tna de ma sei ye kasa ya ma kom de nyina o de ma sei
bra pola se be na okay
mo so munti ye kan ma ese ye tia na kom de na su kom de ye kan mo so munti o mo fo ma se mfro nko e kwa ko be bo and iskana ya mo dia ye ne ye bo ye ka fa mo ban ye ne ye bo ye ka fa mo ban am ka bi kire ya ana mo ko na efifo no edom ko tena dem. You see, these guys, they are smart in terms of luring you to believe. Say, now, Kate administration. Why am I class in junior must say without him they can win the league. That is number one.
Akosho mutrim. Eno grow. Asama.
Some
relegation who is some.
And number two. Why say I've relegation so without him. One bit my said about
relegation. I would rather me Ghana football.
Tis asa ade we no dia show mutrim. Entiende? The Oko Sinina, Ibon wana go stars. I say, oh, me system team. Nations, me system team. Basake, the or because or a system team. That's a Mudin some Muno Chromasi in the name of say F. Now, on him, the Yamakuma ya, pa, someone in a Tino, next is better than family. Ghosts as and family. The me ya pa was someone in a said, I am ya answer. Sir, as big class Miluna almost Jim. Almost I'm throwing there. They think so that if they can't win the league and them a shimmy see me. Sound go for me, you know. Almost some the ya say yes you be ade.
No mo so ka ho.
Almost around me.
Almost nim sa say anya.
Sa no mo so wan. No amunya ya ni bi. And on your get. Has on your get. Omasem ya me yesi bibia. Kromasi.
Za ku de wodi football e chiache. Ebrebi ba no wo de emfasa nyanta chipen kwa na ye nyina ebe hu no bebrebe. Net sa na obagiri gana efiri hosoro na eba obekwa na sa na net ya na.
Ente sa da ende. Ende pos ente sa da.
Ade de
me bacho.
That be for that difference room.
But
to the time
they were worshiping him. In terms of winning the league and avoiding relegation,
say, oh, the Yanti Chiba, no. Since Nanti came, this is actually organic House of Folk, Kotoko, Wow Stars, Ashgood, Chelsea, Indiana Stars, and why? Indiana Stars. These are the clubs that have won league in Ghana here. From that time, and I met Diama. These clubs, 18 from Nandati up to today. Clubs in Ghana League, Kromasi. Instance of Nandati influencing clubs in the League. My name is out. Nandati, clubs are about Medina. No, and then I had to say about manager league. But that time, no. they worship that on worship and yet league GAB on yet say way yeah Boba was illegal.
Yeah, but to us committee
now control I never know me. But the league was not so politicized like and yani and only the internet make us say things you know the shimmy biano yenya Kotokas never never they've only said I'm system team though. If you go back to the history, forget about Abaya no also and I say they are always against the system because they see themselves say I'm gonna make a
yeah, no dear.
Eti Kotoko. Me pacho. Iti men san Kotoko andili go kurumasi. They won a league, but it was perceived. Say on Peko to go in match 1-1-1-1-1. And I'm a but one man didn't go crazy. Yafa Eronton Jay. Ket yai. And it is a known fact. Say, I'm on an Ponza and a copre and Pepper. It is a money share. And in fact, we also what they did to Nana Ponza
of a 100 league.
But Oje Lake, didn't ya? You will never be a war. Big clubs, you can't do it to them because also, and your baby are untiano. Clear example, Real Madrid. Yeah, no, you have a man soon, and I get no more. I can't talk no or the Champions League. Safeno. Didn't you forbid me mafia, real that with my mafia Aston Villa, and it's our teams, you know. But unti find Real Madrid. Ghana says Kotoko. We own your year. Unti find your Kotoko. Unti find your house. Mamina road na tiasamu say. This season, who is a league? So often based on nanka on merit pa. On merit pa, the best thing we don't forget about say your affiliation and on merit Kotoko.
Okay, this
Liga Ebui. Tits at the man was in so Satis now or where they so obey my legal Kurmasia. Oh, that's 3 points on Munya Efrim. Because Satis now on where you know Bianco share a Swatrada. No, I can say, or track record was on Swat to auctions at the man on Swatre. Anna upon Obian is a but for all what happened, Omutin Sokotoko. Omuya in Nasako. And the answer 3 points, Amma Go Stars are Mbajo, or how many points? Only 60 points. Minus 3, and how many points? 57. Kotoko Mitino. Tino, Kotoko Mitino. Next is our 60 points. Minus 3, and how many points? 57. Eti. Without that free 3 points, no. Kotoko is the best team amongst our teams in the day. But you see, as I'm making say more low standard. Now my junior must say without FA president to be Angel Lake, and I said a relegation only has one. I'm going to 8 times Kotoko say. Somebody in the legacy has the relegation tea. I'm going to win.
Last year,
3 times. What if you are what would you want? Has in the last 5 years and 3 times to come away.
Wasn't here or we are here from only quite of us or any one year. Hey,
Yakao, I saw me car almost America. What if he last year? I want not about Urafi.
Just Tim Romania.
The system has to. Olympics. The system has to fight against them, push them down for us to stay. Let's say system no bomb. Emma Omukem. And I know last year, last 2
seasons.
Come and say who they see Okrumasi. Papa no money face a munya every no. Eti. Just say omo de ende omo ko to omo ni nyam awie nti wo tim ka say House of Folk
wa nyon hye
wa nyon hye nye
ti we hia na
awie nti o to won nyam ama wo board o den board member no kuta as for flag that day no if House of Folk was a serious team I can come be house biom da say a whole big club House of Folk na board member akota
Sunday ono ne osure but you nim the empenemfo ne nyina so no mo
on ehu mo akofa na omo flag e dey wape ketani na ona mo firi
e ba ko kira
awie nti o awie nti relegation
exactly too
oh ti no mo ra ho
ajedi over
na me yen nyina mo
ai
no se ka league no be adro no emergency meeting and esenka FNI
sa
oh over
emergency meeting.
Yeah, we are talking about what the potential of deciding the Obeji League in the Oberry. There be some Mrano take a decision so soon. Like there should be an emergency meeting to decide the next step and make it clear.
Be no more, no chana.
There be FFO, you know.
So
some more young come catch come on now for funny be actually say Munjai can FFO the decision neighbor.
Crucial meeting.
But 20 it's more than 24 hours an incident is you. Over. Incident is more than 24 hours. There is no verdict. Say ye charge baseke. Maybe a twaso aka say Holy Stars baseke Holy Stars. Points near Femam ye the nations are. Do you know that they are still at 38 points? Between Baseke and Accra Lions, omunyina 20 head to head near pe. Obia should be at 2-1 win home. Meaning Accra Lions is not relegated. Our majority team meaning Accra Lions is not relegated. And I charge Baseke means you best to almost 3 points as I account. And your match in a pair best to almost 3 points. Me number 35 for our to Accra Lions. So there is a potential relegation conversation in this issue. Now, if it's the other way around, now see 8 points now manage I'm a Baseke. There will potential league deciding conversation. That was uncommon. Because say 8 nations 3 points because we are forfeiting match. You know? Yes, and the 3 points my Baseke. We move from 60 to 57 points. There be just 60, 58, 57. E won komo. Na se yakase e ball replayer e on neutral venue. Whether ye twaso at the time e 1-0 no. Plus yaje penalty ama omo no. Ama for ref ni yaje penalty ama omo no so omo bobi mo.
Second one.
Itu be scrap sa na mani mienu afiri ho ana. So obi a share the first goal. Mi asa ama aje second penalty ama na obe scrap afiri ana ba be start afiri. So there should be clarity. And it's more than 24 hours. Oh, what even come on, I say? There's some penny for Tenase. Nanka Sabri, one with the decision, about one thing. Nanki, what is said to happen? Because I never be any 40 ghost at baby any jubilate, so Mama Shaka Lions or Magic League. So, more friends of coronation match and almost at your boy. Our money so Mama Shaka Lions or Magic League into you more planning. And no more your Facebook Live, a bromo bass ni free. Brekum ebe sen yakọ eye me kan say baby ani na offer me kasana era makai se me hu amanko na go no me I'll try and me ye diama
no no bo hat also
two
goals mon brace
me hu amanko na go no na me try ho adwuma you see and now better more about hat trick game no ended 3-2 But I want to say Obi Castle Albert the Nabi because the game was showed live on TV for everybody to see how goes nearby. Over say area na we twauti o ta hyehyɛ ne ade nti yɛdwen sɛ chale
bɔne bia ba
yɛ de hyɛ
yi ya
umpesum nante so no krompon wasama she kamon kan kyerɛ same sɛ me the video bi send non fama MC afo no umpesum nante obepe hemu nante na anante sani at the end of the day offer BBC ni epaya kanea ne beje of what I say koso konante sumu ne epaya kronfo a woni edi kan eden abo wato dada bigsuba ne papa mu a so we share video na it will raise a lot of conversation think no man ye de ombetimi bi access abo na TV so enye na wo ye yo because enra speculation na ba bi asa man kuna be share
messages wa hasa go for sana na no de yen kan wasa
man kuna be share 2 goals man kuna be share 2 goal stars be share 3-2 ampa na abaso me think ka betamu an kot comedy ama de nsen koma anyia kasa nkomo ne beba
ye be wi ntina ya man hat-trick
abo hat-trick na kot kwa share 3-2 but no bia hu kwan a goals ne fa so ba he no
the second goal me head no ni titwi people na
what was enya de ke to a third goal you say
classic
brilliant cross from Emmanuel Entry and o head they say you can see the effort home enti over asamni say omo a game ne form ho no wo musika wo mu no omani nje ho omo de nioma na di agro and because omo di agro no emma game ne eden enko nanim ene bia be fa ne say ye na wo ye ye but omo kan che samisa aba on fama MC afo no na ofa me so me de ma na wo so fama omo na hese on betimi dia to screen so
so me nyansa na ma fa course
na munyina mo hwego yi bia
anu ne second goal na first goal
the first goal exactly
the first goal
o de o sha ebeba o betimi atwe akwa anim kakra na o hwe kwan ya goal ne bae na wow betimi redo meanings into it over the bottom line is the organizers of the league don't care about the league. The organizers of the league don't have any desire to improve the league. End of story. Omo agro ne form ho no. Omo nyoma adwen so be ma agro ne tumpon. Omo ma agro na kwanenim. Awon keke bia esese nipa de gu form. E ma ade ekosoro ne ni ho. We are sure say Blasters ne ho asem ba ya after 24 hours ka FA ni communicating kire.
Yes, a class go on one me ba. When you ya omutan when you ya omutan hu omubufu ayo boni a.
So am prepare anya adwuma. Ati ene nkoso. Ma me on go no. It is saying
that's what we agro. Born from the bird after the goal no. I say e di agro back.
Dem akwenti na me coming can.
Bien for no jibo na. No you ashada. No born.
Over. Yes sir. Mo join you film na mo ship. Catch us away team ba ku pe bi gaje. E no mo bobo ya over here. Okay. And I born say and I heard you besan. Obo na touch na e go through. Well if I say safety first to abo through. Yeah process e beto asisi ya. After through no. E no to e.
Chelsea na jibo no.
Chelsea na jibo.
Okay.
E no pass e movement no.
Oh God.
Onko na chikakra. Onko na chikakra. Onko na chikakra bi.
Before so go no man na chiwo.
Do MC anotia on sam ko na chini ensa hwe go ni bi. O de srewa. Aha. Nti ano boku true no. No problem. This is a team EP league aje. Che players na 1.5 no. Mo osro no.
Osro no okay.
Yeah, and not obo man no. And no mo down omo ho ano de ball ne ba no pass man he. Obi en chesi no.
On gasa bono ko tunju bi sa
no ko bo she.
And
na he team I ahye na OP league aje ahye no. Obi abu fu krantia player say ada na ma na mu be she. He watwe afam say you. Watwe afam say abebo ahye. Check the reaction of the players after the goal was scored. We are about to train you. I think I'm about to train na go through. Ewo ho. Ball na egusu bo no about to through. Enti ball e go through for Chelsea. And a Chelsea for no far true no. Always a true. And go far true no. And a true no mobile buy no. And a brand and a sound boko true bim. So they try to build up. I had no about 2 no. About 2 man ye. And I hear safety first. Or the infant say football safety first or about true. Oboko true check the reaction of players na ho no. Be na ati omo he over. Be for na ati omo wo soro e bra ball na ekoso wase ha. The game here and the about 2 more. Obi endi echiri he na pan amankoda kotoje o de ko ball ne to atrem. This is what happened at Brekum. leading to the first goal for Brekum. And over, what the MCR go on about on person, I mean, the on personal. Now, however, this is the goal. Check goal start for this is at this point in your show. They've considered the first goal. Steady, Chelsea scored within the first 10 minutes. And at this point, they've considered the first goal. Team Open League. Now player the ball and name Musaba Besau. Now you don't get even Vincent Atenga.
Yeah, Facebook and I because we trust any Facebook.
And there, me idea see a shower. You don't get Vincent Atenga, you don't get Emmanuel Kobe. None of the
it's on Facebook.
None of the boys. Over. None of the boys crown and the boy say. Then the man and the name were the boy na babeshe. Omon nanti says any ebo into house. This is what happened at Brekum Enra. Yenja met you for.
But I say Obed and you may nanko for a prompt here say I say I cool and cancer given once and but that's one. Yemfa de aka no emfa koska cry Eric Mafo achama message aba Kwame Boateng Daniel Opoku Ochre message aba Stevens odie ewa hayan gabi mabo dinda da Daniel Opoku entry Steven Alfredo John Kofi Asante munyina mo message aba Eric Owusu Boateng Kojo Obo Daniel Muhammad Awa Nana Kwabena Jima Prempe Prince Young yes maminchi Nana kwesi munyina mo message ebaye menipa ba ko mtene catch Ade Emmanuel also o message ebaye 0536161607 0201941461. Hello, good evening. Minia.
Yeah, good evening.
Emi adum na so e.
Adum yo, me tell free Friday. Na Clementino the mechanic say one. Baza kefuno amen. The mechanic say. Last season, omne sefi, what stars. Omo say police eba park no. Omo no so, omo board so match no. Ama catch in and for I just appoint in the mount. Ablo also over a sefi. It's in this and on by no. Esema etokotoko. Nti efi no, se o man e fair, let us say, si me hu na o wrestling regional afi no wa ha no. Omo favor. Police omo ba park no. Eni kwase match no komo to aso.
Mate Junior.
Continue some match no.
Yo, me da say. I mean for unia on so boka. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Tino.
Any awdi?
But your friend Jet, because of Jamestown.
Yo, my menti we boss.
It's here on the Rapamo for in an anyway. Mabo Juma. Tino, Crow one and say Diagro. Say, name say, F4 no. Say, Casa say, we so many serious there and they're not lazy. Son away from because in a serious country, be a serious no. Tino, could be Bajil Lake, a kind last match. Could be the co-irrigation. Now say, we after 24 hours, now moving the motor or a year there. Let you know. Arrow.
Mateminia. Last caller, good evening.
Clementino, the darling boy.
When you have 10 seconds, young Quena, news the runners on Fachame.
Isn't there Ghana football on the air course on the football? I could dare to cry because when you see a year Basaka, it's not fair. And yet, football. It's Ghana football.